I'm Dr. Josh Matthews, and this is episode 24 of my great movie series. The movie we're going to talk about today is a world classic that so many people I've met have loved very dearly. And it has this wonderful, realistic, but fantastic element to it. It's Local Hero, coming up next. Local Hero is a 1983 movie directed by the great Scottish director Bill Forsyth. It's about an American or Texas oil executive who goes to a small town in Scotland. This executive has been charged by his boss, played by the great Burt Lancaster, to go buy the town so the company will have access to the oil reserves just offshore from the town. So the executive takes a trip to this very remote Scottish town in the north of Scotland. And it's just an out-of-the-way, bumpkinish sort of town. Very few people live there, there's only one hotel, there's only one main street. And there's only one phone from which he can call anybody. Remember, this is the 1980s, there's no cell phones in this movie. Anyway, the executive expects to come across resistance to his offer to buy the town. And the townspeople look at first like they don't want to sell the town. In fact, you see them behind closed doors and they're actively celebrating the fact they're going to make a ton of money from selling their town. Already this movie subverts so many movie cliches because you expect the executive to go into this town, the town to resist. There's going to be a battle between the oil company and the small town for who's going to own the town. But nope, the town wants to sell, and in fact the oil executive begins to fall in love with the charming small town. As he walks around the beach and walks around the town over the course of a couple days, he decides, you know what, selling this town and ruining it, giving over to the oil corporation would be a bad idea. So now you've got at once an interesting plot. The townspeople want to get rid of their home. The oil executive doesn't want them to get rid of their home. Although this movie has some conflict in it, really the conflict is not between the characters. Bill Forsyth loves to create movies where there's no villain. There's no bad guy at all. Not even the oil executives, not even the CEO of the oil company. Everybody's a human to Bill Forsyth, and I think that's one of the key main points of the movie. And as you meet new characters in this movie, and the movie goes on and starts to pile up a bunch of characters who have interacted with each other, you get the sense that there's a shared humanity between all of the characters, and that's one of the main points. The local town has its charms, and the movie constructs the town in such a way that seems to be a bit of a fantasy world, including a character, a female, who may or may not be a mermaid. And one of the ideas in Local Hero is localism in particular. Should we care about money, for example, over and above the towns in which we grew up? Which is more important, money or place? Money doesn't give us identity, but our place does. And I think that's one of the key ideas of this movie. This movie doesn't really condemn capitalism per se. It really doesn't condemn anything. It will just say that if you fixate on one idea like capitalism, you're looking at things too narrowly. So I love the way this movie unfolds, and I love the solution at the end of the movie. And this movie has one of the greatest last shots in movie history, I think. This was scored by the great Mark Knopfler of Dire Straits fame, and Knopfler's gone on to use the music from the soundtrack in all of his concerts hereafter. The music is dreamy and interesting, and actually got Knopfler the gig to do the soundtrack for a movie that came out 3 years after this, The Princess Bride. And if you've seen The Princess Bride and its sort of weird quirkiness, that's the feel and tone of Local Hero. This movie has beautiful color cinematography, and it's one of the rarest of movie creatures. A drama that makes you feel good and feel like it's good to be alive. I haven't found a lot of modern great movies that are rich and complex that make me love being alive, but Local Hero is one of them. And so I can't but highly recommend it to you. If you haven't seen it, go put it on your must-watch list. Watch it within the next year. Watch it when you're feeling sad or down about the world. If you've seen this movie, what did you think of it? Please leave me a comment. Let us know what you think. And thanks for watching. Have a great day. And please subscribe to this channel for more great movie content. See you later.